What's up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. And Michigan just landed its final piece of the 25 class, none other than Big Tai Haywood, the 6'5", 285-pound offensive tackle out of Denton, Texas, ranked number 39th in the nation and number 6 overall offensive tackle in the nation, which is disrespectful because this kid was formerly the 5-star, ranked number 25 in the nation, I believe it was the number 4 offensive tackle in the nation. Regardless, doesn't matter. Fuel to the fire, motivation for the offseason. Tai Haywood, let these fools know the deal. Let them know to put some respect on your damn name. In the film, we will get into the scouting report. We will get into the film. We will look at the depth chart, and I will show you where he fits. We will look at the class overall. Let's get into it. So Tai Haywood is one of the most physical, imposing offensive linemen in the 2025 class. And we were going to look at a scouting report here by Gabe Brooks. They have him projected as a second, third round pick. I do believe Tai Haywood will be a day one first round pick. I know Tai Haywood has the tools to be a day one first round pick. We'll look at that in the huddle tape. You will see he's a road grader. He is what I would classify, and I'm going to steal this word from Brad Holmes, the GM of the Detroit Lions. He is a dirtbag. He is what I would classify 3 of our offensive linemen in this class. Andrew Babaloa, obviously Tai Haywood, and then Caden Strayhorn. All 3 of them are nasty maulers. They are dirtbags, and that's what you want out of your offensive lineman. They have him, the projection for him, the NFL projection is Tyler Smith of the Dallas Cowboys. He's an imposing offensive tackle with impressive length relative to height, long-armed with a huge reach, gradually improved quickness off the ball throughout junior year, and performed well on the elite camp circuit prior to his senior season, and ascended a loaded 2025 offensive tackle board. Owner of an outstanding multi-sport profile that includes elite throw data in the form of double-digit 50-foot plus shot puts in spring of 2024, including a 58.6 personal record, promising athletic testing ledger, particularly in lateral quickness, still developing consistent hand placement and technique. But if he gets his hands inside you, you're done, and you are done. And you're going to see this in the highlight tape. This kid destroys kids. Early senior season revealed some inconsistent leverage and footwork activity when engaged, but has plenty of encouraging reps on tape during high school career. Balance and body control come and go. Sudden power can get him on his heels, but strong enough to recover and anchor in most cases. Possesses the physical traits and athleticism, functional and verified to play on the outside or on either end, or could potentially add depth and value to the guard. Overall, worked his way into the top group of strong 2025 offensive line class with the potential to become a high-level college protector with eventual early round development upside. All right, now we're going to take a look at his senior season here. So we have, I have 2 tapes for you guys. We'll play the senior season tape, and then we will also play, and we'll start this over, and we'll also play last year's junior tape. But as you can see, he's on the right side here. You will see this kid is going to dominate his competition. Now, he does get high. So the one thing about Tai Haywood, which we talked about on our show, if you've watched our show, he is one of the most physically dominating offensive linemen in the 25 class. He is a monster. Great size, great strength, absolutely powerful player. Occasionally, he gets high. Occasionally, his leverage is off, and then one of the other things they talked about in his hand placement is sometimes his balance is off. But see, the one thing about those things we just talked about is time on task, reps will get him there. And you can see right now, this kid's pushing him. He's pushing. Look at where he just pushed this player. He's pushing him further than the running back. He has pushed his player past the running back, right? Like, he is dominating every kid in front of him. You will see this throughout the highlight tapes. He is so strong and powerful. And that's the one thing, too. His physical ability that he has relied on in his high school career, because he is the most dominating. He's the man amongst boys on that field. He's the most dominating player on that field. So because of that, some of his technique is not as polished. And like right here was a very good rep. Totally dominating this player. He was able to get good, in my opinion, good leverage and good pad height. Now we'll take a look at his junior season now. We'll share this tab. So here we'll get a little bit larger sample size of what Tai Haywood brings to the table. And you will see, again, he's playing left side. He's playing on the blind side. But again, look at him, just ragdoll, bro. Ragdoll, plays to the whistle, throws his guy on the ground, pancake. Just a total dominating player. Again, right here, this is where he's a little high. If he could just, I'm telling you, and Sherrone Moore is going to do this. What Sherrone Moore does. Sherrone Moore is one of the best offensive line developers in the nation, if not the best. 2-time Joe Moore award-winning coach. Just look at him. Just look at him finishing the play. Watch Tai Haywood on the far side of your screen. Look at what he does here. Totally. Hey, guess what? That kid's tackled. No, we're not done. We're not done. No, get to the ground. He wins his battle every rep. Every rep. And you can see, like, his leverage is without question off. But he is so strong and powerful. He throws these kids to the ground like they are just little. Look at it. I mean, Jesus, the tape speaks for itself. I mean, he's just dominating, imposing. I mean, just a physical monster. So yeah, again, Sherrone Moore, one of the best offensive line developers. He gets his hands on him. Tai Haywood gets in the weight room, gets even stronger, even more powerful, even quicker. I'm telling you, we're looking at a kid who's going to be, in my opinion, him and Andrew Babaloa are going to be first-round draft picks. And I really believe that. And I also think you may very well see, and I guess we'll look at this when we get to the depth chart, but I'll say it here. I think you will see by their second year, I think Tai Haywood and Andrew Babaloa will be starting for the Michigan Wolverines. I don't anticipate a freshman year start. I'm not big on freshman offensive linemen starting although Andrew Sprague did do it at the end of the year, but it's very rare. But I do believe by next season, not 2025 season, but the 26 season, I do believe Andrew Babaloa and Tai Haywood are going to be ready to be on that offensive line. And we'll get into where I think they're going to be. But, I'll tell you guys, this is an excellent addition to the 25 class. He is going to be protecting, and I'm gonna quote our guy Juju here. Michigan just added another bodyguard for Bryce Underwood. And that's exactly what they did here. So we'll finish this highlight tape, and then we'll get into what the class looks like, where it's ranked now, and then we'll also take a look at the depth chart. But so we'll look at these final reps here. So, obviously he's on the left side, and he has a good stance. That's the thing too. Oh, look at him pull. Nice. Seals off the block. And again, like, to see him be able to pull like that, which shows guard potential, right? You want your offensive guard. If he were to move to guard, which I think he will project to, so we will talk about that. Not that he can't play right tackle, but we have a dominant mountain at right tackle with Andrew Sprague. So if we're looking at the projection of the roster, which we will look at in the depth chart, I do think there's a high probability you will see him move to right guard. But right here, like you see, his pad height. So if we look at this rep right here, look how he gets high. He gets high. And he knows that. The coaches are definitely coaching that. He will, but he's still down. That's the thing too. He's high, but he's still pushing the guy 5 yards back. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually hilarious to watch. All right, let's take a look at where we rank. Where does Michigan and Sherrone Moore's first year of recruiting with a shortened season? He joined in February, guys. In 1 year, where does he rank in the 25 class? 6th. Michigan has the 6th ranked class in the nation, boys. 2 5-stars should be 3. 15 4-stars. That is 17 blue chip players. 7 3-stars. That is a job. Sean McGee, Sherrone Moore, coaching staff, our donors, the collectives. That's a job well done, boys. That's a job well done. First recruiting class for Sherrone Moore. Job well done. Look at the disrespect on the right side of this page, though. What the fuck? Pardon my language. I know some of you are. What the F are we doing here? What is this? No. We all know who's really number one. Everyone knows who's number one. See, again, these recruiting services want to get cute. They want some clicks. They're clickbaiting. We all know Bryce Underwood is the greatest quarterback prospect to come out of high school since Trevor Lawrence. That's not hyperbolic. Scouts are unanimous. Rivals, you're disrespectful. All right, let's get to the next. All right, let's take a look at the class as a whole now. So obviously we have the king, number one at everything, Bryce Underwood. So how the hell is he ranked? I guess because we're in 247. Let's get to the composite. So 247 knows the deal. He's ranked 2nd because Rivals is on some engagement farming, but we'll keep it moving. It's obviously working. I brought it up, didn't I? All right, so we got Bryce Underwood. Obviously, he's number 1. Let's not even look at that. That's disrespectful. Andrew Babaloa, big dog, bodyguard. He will be putting people in comas, but no big deal. Shamari Earls, elite top end corner who will potentially have some reps next season as a freshman. Jordan Young, another major addition to the class. Got him from Clemson. Andrew Marsh, dog. Pitbull. Very likely we'll see playing time as a freshman. Nathan Awasu Boateng, the elite athletic freak at linebacker. Avery Gash, another very strong offensive lineman. Excited for his development. Travis Moten, the late riser who got his 4th star. This kid was ranked in like the thousands, man. Had like 18 sacks or something like that his senior season. Considered one of the greatest defensive line performances of the 25 class. Travis Moten. A lot of defensive linemen in the 25 class actually regressed their senior year. Travis Moten through the roof, son. The kid's good. Julius Holly, another strong player coming off the edge. He will be playing that same position. We'll see how he develops. We got Donovan Johnson here, the former 5-star before his injury. We'll see how Tony Alford, what he can do with that. Caden Strayhorn, dirtbag, savage. Now he is a center, so he's going to have, unfortunately, centers do not get the respect in the rankings, but I'm telling you, the kid's good. Jamar Browder, if it's not the most elite hands in the 25 class, it's top 3. It's top 3. Eli Owens, the Max Bredesen of the class, the heart and soul, blue collar, lunch pail having, smack your, well, I don't want to say sisters. I would say smack your sister, but don't smack your brother. And then we got Chase Taylor, who's a personal favorite for me. I'm very high on Chase Taylor. I actually think he's gonna be a player one day. And if you watch his highlight tape, and the coaches also feel very high on him. I don't think the rankings are accurate with Chase Taylor, but that's okay. Tai Haywood has signed his letter of intent. Boom. Nate Marshall signed his Nate Marshall. What a story that one was, huh? Pulling him back from Auburn. His name Marshall was actually my favorite player in the class up until when he decommitted. So glad to have him back. Kainoa Winston, the Brian Branch clone. Brian Branch Jr., Kainoa Winston. Shout out to Kainoa Winston. Elijah Dotson, again, another Belleville. Best in Michigan, the best players in Michigan go to Michigan. Elijah Dotson knows the deal. Shout out to Elijah Dotson. Jacob Washington, the X-type wide receiver who will stretch the field. Very talented. Jaden Sanders, another strong corner to the class, 6'2", big body, very lengthy. Jasper Parker, hell of a senior season, man. Put the nation on notice. Definitely went up the rankings. Look, excited to see his development. Benny Patterson, the 6'4", 245-pound defensive lineman. Going to add nice depth, very strong, very powerful. Bobby Kenka. This is your blue collar, hardworking, probably will make the field and be the type of player who pisses the opposing team off because he is all gas, all go, all effort. It's a strong class. Let's not forget, though. Let's not forget Chase Herbstreit. Let's not forget Chase Herbstreit. This is Kirk's son. Listen. Deep down in his heart, he knows what program's better. He came to Michigan. We know. I see you, Chase. And then obviously here's the transfers, guys. We'll take a look at this too. Lawrence Tatar will be joining the class in June. Caleb Anderson, 6'2", big body corner, from the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, former Lamar Morgan disciple. We got Anthony Simpson at wide receiver. He's going to be interesting to watch. We really need production at wide receiver. Trey Williams, defensive tackle out of Clemson, obviously ranked very highly, 4-star in the transfer portal. Justice Haynes is the difference maker. Justice Haynes is going to be an impact player. TJ Metcalf, shout out to the Metcalfs, by the way. Neely and obviously Tevis, the son or the brother, and then obviously their dad. Shout out to them. They could follow me on the X. I appreciate that, guys. We got Mikey Keene. Who's going to start week 1? Who's going to start snap 1? My money's on Mikey Keene right now. That'll be the debate of the offseason. We're looking forward to that. Troy Bowles, the son of the Tampa Bay head coach, Todd Bowles, former top 100 overall linebacker, overall in the nation prior to him transferring from Georgia to Michigan. We got Damon Payne, again, best players in Michigan, come to Michigan, transfer from Alabama. I can't wait to see what this kid can do. I've always wanted him at Michigan. Excited for Tevis Metcalf, Pitbull at corner. And I'm not even saying that just because I got the follows. I'm saying that because honestly, the film shows it. And I'm actually excited about Tevis Metcalf. I think he has a lot of potential. Brady Norton, developmental, offensive lineman, 3 years of eligibility. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in 2 years, this kid's going to be really ready. And I'm excited about that. Donovan McCauley, I expect to have a big year for Michigan. I really do. I think Donovan McCauley is going to be, as the roster stands, our leading receiver for 2025. That's what I think. That's where I'm at with that. So now let's take a look at our overall roster not just the depth chart, but the overall roster. And here we have it. Here we have it. Here's our wonderful Michigan Wolverines for the 25 season. Excited. So I put Tai Haywood at right guard. That's where I've placed Tai Haywood. The reason I placed him there is because I believe Andrew Sprague is going to be our starting offensive or our starting right tackle for the next 2 to 3 years. And due to that, I think they're going to slot Tai Haywood when the time comes, starting right guard. I think Jake Guerrero and Caden Strayhorn are going to be battling for that starting center next season. Jake Guerrero probably will get it, but you never know. Never count Caden Strayhorn out. And Andrew Babaloa is going to replace Evan Link next year. Now, here's the thing, though. Actually, yeah, I think it would be next year. We'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at the eligibility. But anyways, regardless, left guard. So anyone who wants to know, how do I do my depth chart? The blue are the freshman incoming class. The yellow are areas of, in my opinion, upgrade. Now, the reason why I have Andrew Marsh here is simply because he's a freshman. I think Andrew Marsh is a dog. I have no issue with that. I was hoping to get another zero tech to the class. We really need a guard. That's actually my biggest concern of the roster, and I really think we need another wide receiver. I'm not upset with nickel corner, but I would have liked to have seen us add another starting caliber corner, and we could either move Zeke there, and I know he didn't play as high as well as he did on the outside. You know, maybe Rod Moore comes down, maybe Brady Hillman comes down, but Jamie Burrows is definitely battling for that. That's where we are. Camp battles will determine where we are. But here's the roster, guys, and it's an extremely strong roster. And yes, I do have Mikey Keene as QB1 over Bryce Underwood for now. I'm giving the nod to the veteran. I also feel, and we've had these discussions, I feel Michigan's going to play it safe with Bryce Underwood. There's no need to rush Bryce Underwood. I personally do not feel you start a freshman quarterback with an offensive line that's unproven week one, snap one. I don't believe in that. I don't think the coaching staff's going to do it. Some people disagree with me, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, we have a very strong roster here. We have a few holes, but only a few. And but we still have another portal. Spring portal is a thing. I do anticipate Michigan's going to make a run at least at a wide receiver and hopefully a guard. Because the thing about Lawrence Tatar, who I do have currently slotted here, he doesn't join us until June. He's going to miss all of winter conditioning, all of spring ball, and that's where we are. But this is the roster, guys. And if you look at what Sherrone Moore is building, and that's the thing too, like take a look at the structure of this freshman class here. It is so well balanced, right? If you look at where we have all these players, right? He's covered everything. We have running back, we have wide receiver, we have the offensive line is very well positioned for the future. We have our quarterback of the future. You look at Lamar Morgan, one of the best recruiters in the nation. What he did on this back end, Shamar Earls, Jordan Young, Elijah Dotson, Kanoa Winston. I just realized something. Now that this class is done, I need to make another video. I'll probably drop that maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, early next week. But here's the class, guys. Tai Haywood's officially Michigan Wolverine. We have the number 6 class in the nation. Shout out to Sherrone Moore. Congratulations on your first recruiting class. You did a hell of a job, Michigan Nation. And here's another thing. I'm going to end it here. There were some people, no names, who were frustrated that Michigan wasn't landing more players, wasn't winning every recruitment. It's not possible. Not possible to win every recruitment. If you are not happy with the number 6 class in the nation, and if you look at the structure of this class, then you're crazy, and your expectations are not even realistic. The fact that Michigan is now in the realm of a top 5 recruiting school, NIL is in that top 5 range. What more could you ask for? We're going to be just fine. Now it just comes down to development and coaching. And I believe Michigan's got those things. We saw development this year. We saw guys get better as the year progressed. Did we not? We did. So I'm excited for the future of Michigan. I think the trajectory of the program is in a good spot. I do think the roster is a work in progress. It's not finished. But outside of that, I think Michigan's going to have a very good year next year. I think our schedule is very weak, which is good. I'm not mad at it because Oregon's schedule is even weaker. And it's if anyone hasn't seen Oregon's schedule, take a look at that. It's embarrassing. They're going to be in the playoffs. Put your money on it. They might even go 12-0. That's how easy it is. Anyways, so that's it. I'm TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. Michigan just landed the number 6 class in the nation. And we are out of here, guys. So as you guys know, it is always go blue.